In this video, I take a look at the camper van that had all four wheels lifted off the ground by a tornado, a motorhomer throws stones at North Coast 500 locals, and speed limiters now have to be fitted to cars and motorhomes by law. Hi all and welcome to Motorhome and Campervan News. I'm Ads. Thank you very much for joining me. Police are after a man who threw stones at a couple of local lads on motorbikes at Canabennia Beach near Durness along the North Coast 500 route. There have been reports of people damaging the location by bad camping, and the lads were out taking photos of tents at the time. The man saw this from his hired motorhome, which obviously annoyed him, and so he started throwing stones at the motorcycle riders. He managed a direct hit on a motorcyclist's head, hitting him on the helmet as they rode off. Police are asking for witnesses to come forward. At a very young age, we are told to never throw stones, but this idiot obviously didn't have a childhood. Would he have still thrown stones if they weren't wearing helmets? What was it that made him think that he needed to throw stones? Was he doing something wrong and didn't want to be caught on camera, such as parking illegally or dumping waste? We may never know. Talking of motorcyclists, a woman from Durham has been knocked off her motorbike by a motorhome along the North Coast 500 near Applecross. It was the first day of her holiday touring the NC 500 when she came across a motorhome on a narrow stretch of road travelling in the opposite direction. She stopped and the motorhome slowly crawled forward, insisting on getting past rather than reversing into a passing bay 20 feet behind them. The motorhome clipped the box on the back of the bike, causing her to lose her balance and knocking her off into the verge. 4 young lads jumped out of the motorhome to help her, but were off again as soon as she turned round to pick something up. A group of passing motorcyclists helped her as she recovered from the ordeal, but she had to cancel the rest of her holiday because she couldn't put any weight on her leg. In early June, when we were still waiting for summer to arrive, a tornado hit the west coast of Wales at the Borth and Innislas Golf Club's beach car park. Well, that's a mouthful. The car park is very large and hosts a motorhome air believed to be managed by the golf club. At about 6:30 in the morning, a mini tornado ripped through the car park, destroying camping equipment and lifting the front of one campervan off the ground and another clear off the ground. The occupants of the 2 campervans were father and son who heard a roaring sound before being thrown out of bed. Can you get thrown out of bed out of a VW campervan? Isn't there a wall either side of the bed? About £700 worth of camping equipment was damaged, including a tent, a table and a frying pan which was bent right out of shape and had its handles snapped off. One said, "The guy next to us has a bike outside and that's still there. My van was lifted and front wheels, drop links and tyres have been damaged." Now, no other vans were affected, so I'm going to press D for doubt on this one. It seems a bit too far-fetched to me. I think they were on an all-night bender and experienced an alcoholic amnesia drunken rampage. I'm only joking, but why are they camping in a car park with tables, chairs and a tent all set up? I'm just asking. Have you ever been listening to the radio in your campervan or motorhome and wondered why you are listening to all this talk about sofas and beds, or the latest offer from a local store that you've got no interest in because you don't live anywhere near it? Or maybe the music is just too dull, or not to your taste and the DJs are talking about things that you're just not interested in. Well, I've got some good news for you. There is a brand new 24-hour radio station called Caravan Radio, specifically aimed at motorhomers, campervanners and caravanners. Caravan Radio plays the very best music from the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to the latest music. We are not just talking about hits, folks, but classics. It has top caravanning tips and destinations you can go to in your motorhome, and news just for the caravan and motorhome owner, and the national news and weather, so you're always kept up to date on the big stories too. You can check out Caravan Radio by going to www.caravanradio.co.uk or scanning this QR code. If you have an Amazon smart speaker, then you can say the one-time phrase, "Alexa, learn Caravan Radio skill," and then it will play the station whenever you say, "Alexa, play Caravan Radio."
You are now listening to Caravan Radio.
This is Caravan Radio.
From July, all cars, vans, trucks and buses will be sold with speed limiting technology called Intelligent Speed Assist, or ISA. This technology will warn you when you drive over the speed limit or the speed limit changes. This is a European law which has been brought over during Brexit, since most EU road laws have simply been copied and pasted. There has been a lot of controversy regarding ISAs, including their reliability and how annoying they are. You see, an ISA is not going to stop you from speeding. Instead, it will alert you with a flashing light, warning you that you've gone over the speed limit. If you ignore the warning light, then alarms such as a bell or a voice will continue to warn you, or the accelerator pedal could actually vibrate. Can you imagine your car yelling at you to slow down though? It would be like Kit from Knight Rider.
You're going to crash.
I can handle it, kid.
But you're approaching a dangerous curve.
If you continue to ignore the warnings, then it will eventually time out. You'll also be able to temporarily disable it. Some manufacturers are already installing ISAs, such as Citroën, Ford, Honda, Jaguar, Peugeot, Renault and Volvo. I might be wrong here, but I can't see this affecting caravanners or motorhomers much at all. I mean, who speeds in their van? Who is in a rush on their holiday? Well, I'm afraid that's all we got time for. I'd love to know your thoughts on today's news. Let me know in the doobly-doo. And don't forget to hit the like button, and if you don't want to miss the next exciting episode of Motorhome News, then hit the subscribe button to get future updates. Until then, thanks for watching and goodbye.